as an endocrinologist, how do our hormones impact our mental and physical health?
So hormones, every hormone in your body, like our organs communicate through hormones. And usually when we say, oh, my hormones are crazy, we usually refer to the sex hormones, which are estrogen, progesterone, or testosterone in men. But hormones are everywhere. Hormones are in the stomach, in the pancreas, in the pituitary gland, in the pineal gland, and the thyroid gland. That's the way organs communicate to each other. And one hormone can stimulate one organ and inhibit another one. So hormones have different receptors in different parts of the body. So any hormone can affect our mental and physical health. If you think about, like, for example, thyroid hormones are in every single receptor of the body. So a lack or an excess of thyroid hormone can cause symptoms in absolutely every organ of the body. So they are involved in everything. They're involved in everything, pretty much, from sleep to hunger to anxiety, bowel movements, whether your heart beats 60 times per minute or 120 times per minute. They're involved in everything.
So I love that you just kind of broke that down for us. So now that we know that hormones literally control basically everything that we do, but what are some of the other underlying causes that we could be feeling lethargic throughout the day other than just being groggy in the morning?
When people repeat over and over, like sleep well and eat well, it's because it comes from somewhere. Our bodies are super smart, and there are hormones that are meant to act throughout the day, and there are hormones that are meant to work mostly at night. It is very important that these hormones that work at night don't have insulin on board, because insulin inhibits a lot of these hormones: growth hormone, cortisol, epinephrine. Like, they're hormones that are working in the back end that prepare us for the next day. For example, there is a normal peak of cortisol in the early morning that prepares us for the stress of the day. And if we don't have a normal circadian rhythm, all these hormones can be disrupted. So this is why we say get enough sleep. This is what we say, have a normal routine with a normal eating schedule when you don't start eating at 1 or 2 a.m. Because once you rupture that routine and that schedule, your hormones get disrupted, and you can have, you name it, lack of energy or not having good bowel movements. For fatigue, which is your specific question, we can have, people usually blame cortisol. Like, either excess cortisol and low cortisol can cause fatigue, but these are diseases. Like, there's no such thing as adrenal fatigue, which is disease from integrative medicine and holistic medicine that hasn't been identified by the endocrine society and the endocrinology societies out there. But people blame it to the cortisol in your adrenal glands because they're working too much. I don't know what's the reasoning behind it, but cortisol is big out there in terms of fatigue, but also thyroid hormone. When our thyroids are not working well, when the thyroid is even within normal limits, but more towards the upper limit of normal, you have something called subclinical hypothyroidism that can lead to you not feeling at your best. This hormone sometimes need cofactors like vitamins. So if you're undernourished, if your ferritin, if your iron levels are not optimal, if your vitamin B12 levels are not optimal, this is something I see every day. Vitamin B12 deficiency is very, very common nowadays. And vitamin B12 is super important for the nervous system. So that's another part. If you have the tendency to be overweight, or if you have diabetes, prediabetes, and all this metabolic stuff, those hormones can also cause fatigue by the miscommunication between the brain and the gut hormones. And it's just like this physiological process through the vagus nerve that makes our metabolic rate decrease, and we feel more fatigue because our bodies are trying to save energy.
Yeah.
So it's it's so complex that's why we always have to do a very thorough, what we call history and present illness, which is we ask for everything. We ask for sleep habits, we ask for eating habits, daily stressors, gut, heart, everything, everything, because we have to look and see what's the culprit.